What's up, everybody? Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon, back with another daily deck tech video, and today we're going to have another mono red commander. Now, I want to give a disclaimer. This commander, I know, has a very low power floor and a very high power ceiling. So much so that I remember Mitch saying he has seen this card when he went down to a CDH tournament in Iowa City, and then it is Longshot Rebel Bowman. He's a 3/3 for 3 generic, 1 red. He has reach, and non-creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, he deals 2 damage to each opponent. So he's one of those little ping spells. Again, I think that his power floor is very low, and that his power ceiling is very high. It is kind of what you want to do with the deck. Now, I'm trying to make my deck this deck tech a little middle of the road. I'm not making it CDH level. I'm trying to keep the budget in the mid-tier range at 376. You can always go cheaper, but let's see how we do with it today. Let me know in the comments down below. Have you encountered Longshot? Do you play Longshot? Do you try to make his power floor really low, or do you try to go and reach for the stars? Let me know in the comments down below. So, we've already read over Longshot. We're running 16 creatures, which I think actually might be just a little high for what we're doing with the deck. A lot of it is going to generate mana, kind of like one of these typical decks to try to generate more mana for spells. So we have Ashling in here. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end, and has Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, discard a card, then draw a card. If this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, Ashling deals 2 damage to each opponent and each creature they control. If it's the third time, you get 4 red mana. And then our other mana preservers are Burgi. Burgi says whenever you cast a spell, you get a red mana, and then until end of turn, you don't lose mana as steps and phases end, and creatures you control can boast twice. Let me be honest with you, I don't remember what boast does. It's not important. The first part is important. And then Electro, which is you don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, add a red. You can also sacrifice, not sacrifice it, but you can sacrifice it, or when he leaves the battlefield via any other means, if an opponent wants to kill him, you may pay X, where X is the amount of mana you sink into it, and then he deals X damage to target player. So those are our mana preservers for fueling our engine. Then we have our pings. We have Coruscation Mage, who has Offspring, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you deal 1 damage to each opponent. Electrostatic Field has Defender, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. Erebor Flamesmith is also instant and sorcery based and dealing 1 to each opponent. Firebrand Archer is non-creature spell ping. Fire Spitter Whelp is also non-creature spell or dragon spell. It pings your opponents. We have Gutter Snipe, so whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, it deals 2 to each opponent. Kessick Flame Breather, he's a $4.50 common. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, he deals 1 damage. Then we have Neheb the Eternal. He has Afflict 3, so whenever this creature becomes blocked, defending player loses 3 life. I actually really like Afflict as a ability, and I would really enjoy seeing it come back. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, add a red mana for each 1 life your opponents have lost this turn. So this honestly encourages you to play a good amount of your spells in the pre-combat main phase, ping them a bunch, and then you get a bunch of free mana in your post-combat main phase. We have Oger Axonal, so if something would do less than his power worth of non-combat damage, it deals damage equal to his power instead. So without a boast spell, your pings are going to do 4 as opposed to 1 or 2. And when it dies, it comes back as this nifty little land, which adds a red, and then you can transform it if you control, or if you dealt 4 or more non-combat damage during your turn, and only as a sorcery. That should be pretty easy. Simian Spirit Guide for ramp, because our commander does cost 4, you want to get him out there fast. We have Stormkiln Artist, so whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, you create a treasure token, which is pretty good. He also gets +1/+0 for each artifact you control. We have Torbran in here, so if a red source you control would deal damage to an opponent, or a permanent opponent controls, it deals that much damage +2. We have Treasonous Ogre, who has come down in price, thank God. For a while, he was like 40. But he's a 2/3 for 4. He has Dethrone, which is whenever this creature attacks the player with the most life or tied for the most life, put a 1/1 counter on it. Don't be attacking with this guy, my friends. He is an enabler. He is here to fuel your engine. He has pay 3 life, add a red mana to your mana pool. That's what you want to use him for. Sorceries, we got 12. So these are your pre-combat main phase spells you want to cast, and which will lead to generation of mana, drawing cards, etc. And then there are the post-combat main phase. So we have Cathartic Reunion, discard 2, draw 3. Embrace the Unknown, exile the top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. It also has Retrace, so you can pay the mana cost and discard a land card to play it. Faithless Looting, discard 2, draw 2, or in the opposite order with flashback. Grape Shot, this is one of your helpful finishers if you have Osier Axonal out there and you've pinged maybe like played 5 or 6 spells. You can just play this, which adds another 5 or 6 spells on, all hitting for 4, you know, like, peak. Delicious. Highway Robbery. You may discard a card or sacrifice a land. If you do, draw 2 cards. It also has Plot, so you can pay 2 and exile it from your hand. Cast it as a sorcery on a later turn without paying its mana cost. So if you're not quite set up yet, there you go. Mana Geyser, add a red for each land your opponents control that is tapped. Past in Flames, instant sorceries in your graveyard gain flashback until end of turn. Reckless Impulse, exile the top 2 until the end of your next turn. You can cast those. Rite of Flame for some mana generation. Seize the Spoils. As an additional cost to cast a spell, discard a card. Draw 2, create a treasure. Strike It Rich is create a treasure token, and it also has flashback. It's a 1-drop spell, so it helps fuel your ping while giving you mana replacement. Sadly, it doesn't draw a card. And then we have Ren's Resolve. Exile the top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You can cast those spells. Alright. Then we have our instants. We have a Braid. Deals 3 damage to target creature or destroy an artifact. We have Big Score. Discard a card. Draw 2. Create 2 treasures. Chaos Warp in here for a little bit of protection. Crimson Wisps. Change the color. Target creature becomes red and gains haste. Draws a card. It's there to fuel your cantripping. We have Expedite, so that way you give a creature haste and draw a card. It's a self-replacement spell. Demand Answers, sack an artifact, discard a card, draw 2. Desperate Ritual for mana. Fist in Flames is draw a card until end of turn. Target creature gains +1/+0 and trample for each card you've drawn this turn. We have Flare of Duplication, so you can copy a spell. You can also sacrifice a non-token red creature to be able to pay the cost instead of the mana. We have Flick a Coin. Flick a Coin deals 1 damage to any target. You create a treasure token and you draw a card. Lightning Strikes deal 3 damage to any target. Needle Drop deals 1 damage to target creature or player that was dealt damage this turn. Draw a card. Opera Love Song. You can exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards until the end, until your next end step, and or 1 or 2 creatures get +2/+0. We have Price of Progress in here. Punish people for playing non-basic lands. This plus Osier Axonal is just straight up an alternate win con. Lots of players play non-basic lands, and if they're going to take 2 normally and then... oh, never mind. This is not, because it's not 4 each. My bad. Don't have this with Osier Axonal. You will non-bow yourself, because rather than do the twice the number of non-basic damage, you know, yeah, you get what I'm saying. It's early in the morning. I can only ever record early in the morning or late at night. My brain doesn't always function. We have Pyretic Ritual, add 3 mana. Seething Song, add 5 mana. Shock. We have Solstice Revelations. Exile the top card of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost if the spell's mana value is less than the number of mountains you control. If you don't cast this card this way, put it in your hand, and it has flashback. This is a pretty good and strong card. I'm going to be running in my Firebending deck that I am building, my mono-red Firebending. Thrill of Possibility, discard a card, draw 2, Unexpected Windfall, discard a card, draw 2, gain 2 treasures, and Untimely Malfunction, destroy an artifact, change the target of target spell or ability, or 1 or 2 creatures can't block this turn. All pretty solid spells. And then we do have some artifacts in here, because those are non-creature spells too. So a lot of cheap ones. And we do have a infinite combo, if you will. Well, as infinite as there are cards in your deck. So we have Arcane Signet. We have Brainstone in here. It's just a brainstorm on a rock. Cloud Key, you can make things cheaper. Choose Artifact, Instant, or Sorcery. We have Conjurer's Bauble, Pyrite Spell Bomb, Stone of Eric, one of my personal favorite cards. Soul Ring is in here. Tormod's Crypt, Ruby Medallion. We have Pyromancer's Goggles, which is add a red, and when this mana is spent to cast a red instant or sorcery, you copy it and choose new targets for the copy. Now the combo. So Helm of Awakening, it also works with Cloud Key if you choose artifacts, but Helm of Awakening makes all of your spells cost 1 less. Then you have Mystic Forge. So you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast the top card of your library if it's an artifact card or a colorless non-land card. And then you have Top. Top can put itself back on top by tapping it to draw a card. So this allows you to draw cards through. It allows you to draw your whole deck while also simultaneously recasting your top for free, which if you have your pingers out will just nuke people, just straight up. There you go. I had to put this is like baby's first combo for the spell slinging. I'm not even gonna lie. It is an easy 3-card combo to get in there, and it's a fun one. Enchantments, we are only running 3. We're running Collective Inferno, which has Convoke, and you choose a creature type, double all the damage that a source you control of the chosen type would deal. We have Artist Talent, so whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you can discard a card. If you do, draw a card, so you can pitch lands to get non-lands. Non-creature spells cost 1 less, and if a source you control would deal non-combat damage to a opponent or permanent, deals that +2. And then Fated Firepower. I really like this card. As it enters, you pay the X and it enters with X fire counters. If a source you control will deal damage to an opponent or permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus an amount equal to the number of counters on it. Pretty strong. And lands, we're running a Fire Nation Palace, 31 mountains, and 2 fetches. We are running 34 because we do have a lot of mana generation in this deck, and we want to pack it with spells to use. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. More importantly, if for those of you who have tried this in upper bracket 4 or even in CDH, if you have a list, I would love to see it because it seems really interesting overall. But as always, I am Weston with the Hidden Gibbon, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.